Now we have a ready. So we can go ahead and get this one started, counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And they are off. It is time to get this day of streaming and CTL action started. And it wouldn't be a toast stream without getting to know our players. We're going to start with Akatu on the left. Now, Akatu coming in strong in division number 1. You saw all the numbers on him, but despite all that, has not been to an in-person Tetris event yet. We've got to find a way to change that and get Akatu to an in-person event. We'd love to see it. Now, having said that, Akatu has competed in very many online Tetris events. You name it, Akatu has probably done it. Now, he is known for being the best keyboard roller. Now, you see on the right, Scooty is the rolling with the NES controller, but Akatu, known for doing it on the keyboard. And an accomplishment that Akatu wants y'all to know about, he swept Alex T in Mega Masters. I would say that's an accomplishment, not just beat Alex T, but swept Alex T. Now, outside of Tetris, Akatu enjoys playing Scrabble, Geometry Dash, and Minecraft, one of many Geometry Dash players in the Tetris community. But as far as this game's going, pretty straightforward, pretty clean, stable play, basically neck and neck, although with that Tetris, Scooty now up 188,000 to 167,000. So roughly a 1 Tetris early lead. And got a lot of people coming into the chat. Hello, basically to the whole Scooty family. I see Grandpa Scooty. I see Red Star. And how many other Scooties are we going to get in here today? And Ken saying that Akatu doesn't want to go in person, partly because he doesn't want to learn on a controller, which, okay, I guess that makes sense. This game remains close, only separated by about a double. 264 Akatu, 259 for Scooty, who doesn't quite get all of the inputs in, so he's going to have to burn a couple of lines. So by virtue of having to burn out, it's going to allow Akatu to get on the board and increase this lead a little bit, up to about 2 Tetrises. Akatu on a 600,000 transition pace, Scooty on about a 530k pace for level 19. And in a couple more lines, Scooty should be out of this situation. But not before Akatu throws down another Tetris. And at about 80 lines in, we sit with a 377,000 for Akatu, 345,000 for Scooty. So still fairly close in this game number 1. Now, you mentioned the games that Akatu likes to play. Also, for sports, is a disc golfer and also started playing darts very recently. So there you go, our introductory lore drop on Akatu, who is still up by a Tetris and change as we are approaching the turn. Score sitting at 450k for Akatu. Make it 473 to 414 for Scooty. You know what? Make it 437. It's all toastress all the time here. As players are continuing to get long bars thrown down as I'm letting people know what their score is. It's a tradition unlike any other. Now, Scooty sets up for the tuck of the O piece, does get it, and is rewarded with the Tetris. But they're throwing him down back and forth. Akatu continuing to hold on to this lead of about a Tetris and a half, making our way towards level 19. Now we grow closer and closer to the transition. 2 more Tetrises for Akatu, but both players dealing with the drought right now. This one's in the neighborhood of 20 pieces and showing no signs of stopping. So those pre-transition Tetrises may be in jeopardy, but not for Scooty, who gets one into level 19. And Akatu's going to get one as well. 600k for Akatu, 568 for Scooty. That was a 30-piece drought right before transition. And now both players into the 19 speeds. Of course, we'll have those for the next 85 or so lines until we hit the kill screen. And then once you get there, 100 more lines at double the speed you're seeing now until we hit level 39, at which point you get the double kill screen. And unless you've got lightning fast reflexes, you're probably not doing much of anything at that point on double kill screen. A double hay now on the scoreboard here. 690k for Akatu, 699k for Scooty, who has managed to flip the script here and has the lead after Akatu held it for pretty much the first 150 lines or so. But it looks like we're going to be playing a little hot potato with the lead here, as it's kind of gone back and forth. First it was with Akatu, then it was with Scooty, who gets a dirty left well Tetris. Now it's back with Akatu, so we'll see who ends up holding on to the hot potato at the end of game number 1 here. But as it stands, Akatu currently in possession of the lead, 805,000, set up for a dirty left well Tetris, to now 829 for Scooty, who takes the lead right back. Now Akatu just working to open up that left well. Still needs a burn to make it happen. But once he does, he's ready for a dirty left well Tetris, and he's going to get it to take the lead right back. Scooty now burning halfway up the board. He'll get that column 4 open, and it's going to be a dirty double as he is going to open up the right well, now waiting for a Tetris. And both players will get one. Now into level 200. Yeah, we're calling this neck and neck, as looks like we're going to be waiting a bit for a long bar. 886k for Akatu, 911 for Scooty, who gets back-to-back Tetrises, goes into 27 at 946k. Akatu meets the end of that drought. It was 22 pieces. He's only able to get 1 Tetris out of it, so Scooty holding on to the lead at 212 lines. There we go. Another Tetris for Scooty. 1 away from the max out. Akatu kind of up high. Needs to just get this burn down and open up that right well. He's so close to getting it open. Just needs a couple more burns in the right places to make it happen. And there we go. Oh, I thought it was going to be opened up, man. Akatu is flirting with danger here as he goes into kill screen with the Tetris, 992k. Scooty already has the max out at 1.1 million, but Akatu cannot get the J piece over to the left. He's going to top out at 994k, so Scooty takes game number 1. Scooty going to go ahead and play this out. He's got the 1.2. And he'll top out satisfied with that 1.2 effort. We move on to 1 Tetris. And in game number 1, we got to know Akatu. In game number 2, we'll get to know Scooty. Still in school, not quite in college yet. Hoping to study engineering when he gets there. And currently works as a full-time Tetriser. Now, Scooty has been to many in-person Tetris events. You name a regional, he's probably been there. I have personally seen Scooty at CTWC this year, Kansas City Regional in 2025, and the Jonas Cup. Now, Scooty does have a 3rd, 5th, and a 3rd place finish, all at back-3-back CTWCs, a 3rd place at CTWC DAS, and last year, I guess I should say in 2024, a 2nd place finish at the Jonas Cup. Now, Scooty does have 6 CTM wins and a back-to-back ×5 CTL winner. We're a little over 30 lines in, call it 35 or so lines. A Vitz from Akatu, followed by a Tetris from both. We're separated by half a burn single, both at 186K. Akatu holding on to that 380-point lead. Now, outside of Tetris, Scooty plays Super Mario Bros. And Geometry Dash. I told you there were a lot of Geometry Dashers in the Tetris community. As far as sports, Scooty's a bowler and likes running. Now we're a little over a third of the way to transition. Both players over 600K paces. Scooty right at around 600. Akatu hanging right around 630, 640K for that pace. All right. And since that moment of neck and neckness, there hasn't been too much separation. Right now, Akatu does have the lead, but it's just under a Tetris advantage. But now both players making it halfway to level 19. Scooty on that 610K pace. Akatu has brought it up to about a 650K, so we'll see if they can hold on to those numbers. And hello, Talbot. Good to see you. Welcome to the Super Show. I hope you like Tetris because we have a lot of it this afternoon. And while we're watching this game, just a reminder for all of you that obviously not this weekend, not next weekend, but the following weekend is CTWC Genesis out in California. Should be a fantastic time out there. I would love to go, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make it. Unfortunate schedule conflicts and logistics are making it such that I may not be able to make it out there as much as I would love to go and check out San Jose in the Bay Area. But meanwhile, in this game, two players that, if they did go to Genesis, would do very well. 467K for Akatu, 450K for Scooty, so Akatu holding on to that just under one Tetris lead. Yes, Talbot, I guess, does like Tetris a little bit. Talbot, a new max outer as of this year, took up rolling, saw the PB skyrocket, and it was a few weeks ago that Talbot did get a max out. Now I believe, unless more have happened, Talbot now with 2 max outs to his name. Right now, Scooty set up for and will get the dirty Tetris. And we're nearing that level 19 transition. And is Akatu going to set up for a Tetris that high? Doesn't look like it. Going to try and get this burn down as we are very close to level 19. 532k for Akatu, 531k for Scooty. He's going to get a dirty Tetris to take the lead and has one more Tetris available before 19. Akatu is just going to burn in at 542k. Scooty holding out for this long bar, and he will get a dirty Tetris in at 578,000. And now we are off another dirty Tetris for Scooty. He's gonna get another one. I mean, so much dirty Tetris going on. It's like Scooty might need a shower after this one. That's like 5 or 6 dirty Tetrises in succession for him, but now it's transitioned that well to the right side. And approaching level 21 here. Tetris for Scooty. Akatu also in 604k for Akatu, 684k for Blue Scooty again into level 21. And now over probably the past 30 or so lines, Scooty has just really started to pour it on here. What was a neck-and-neck game is now about a 2 to 3 Tetris advantage for Scooty. As both players are on max out pace here, Scooty almost at a 1.2. We're going to call it like a 1.17. Akatu just over a max out pace. Now I'd say I'll estimate it to be about a 1.04. So still a max out nonetheless. Those numbers might take a hit here. We're entering another drought. It's 22 pieces. Scooty capitalizes with the Tetris, now leading by almost 5 Tetrises, 889 to 738. But no, Akatu getting out of the burn situation he was in, getting ready to throw down some Tetrises. Needed an L piece or a J piece, not going to get it, but is set up for a column 4 dirty Tetris. Will get it, but now has to deal with a little bit of a mess on that left side, and that's allowing Scooty to take an even bigger lead. Scooty with the max out 1.053 million and 20 lines to go, so the hunt for the 1.2 very much in play for Scooty. Meanwhile, Akatu just looking to get that left side opened up, maybe transition the well over and then start going for Tetrises. But he's going to have to keep doing burning here as Scooty is clean and throwing down more Tetrises. Now up 7 Tetrises before the kill screen. And if he gets another Tetris here, it's going to be a 1.2 into level 29. And there it is. Kill screen for both 939k for Akatu, 1.231 for Scooty. And just pouring it on at this point. That lead over 7 Tetrises and only about 90 more lines to work with before the double kill screen. But Scooty is not letting up here. 1.347 million. Akatu at 998,000 now has the max out, just over 1 million points. But this lead just continues to grow and grow. A 1.4 for Scooty, a 1.01 for Akatu. And we've got about 65 more lines until the double kill screen. So if Akatu's going to make a play for the win in Game 2, it's got to start now. As Scooty is just absolutely locked in. Another Tetris should put him right at the rollover. And, well, the next couple of lines will get him there. And there is the rollover for Scooty, 1.6 million. Akatu sitting at 1.05. Another Tetris for Scooty, 1.646. And Akatu is going to top out, but Scooty with a rollover in level 35 and still going. Needs something to the left. Gets the left side brought down. And with a couple more burns, we'll be able to get even more done, but can't get the 5-tap over. So a 1.66 million for Blue Scooty. 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Now, as far as Akatu is concerned, needs a win to keep this going. If Scooty wins, it's a 3-0 sweep and we move on in our schedule. But Akatu looking to come back, take one off Scooty, start the journey to a reverse sweep, and it's got to start now. Now, as far as previous match history between these players, it is in favor of Blue Scooty. In fact, Scooty has not lost to Akatu, not just in matches, but in individual games. They've played twice. The first time they met was in 2024. They played CT12, and that was a 2-0 win for Scooty. They also met in CTM Masters back in October in the 4th round, where Scooty won in a sweep. But right now, about 35 lines in, 188,000 for Scooty, 207,000 for Akatu. So the early lead going to Akatu. But as we've seen, these are players that can take it to and beyond level 29. So there is still plenty of game left to see. Now 50 lines in, I mean, with the efficiency these two are playing at, it's almost a calming, hypnotic effect, I swear. You just get kind of lulled into a sense of security here as they're just playing so clean and efficient. 90% plus Tetris rates for both players over 50 lines in. And that means we've got some great paces going on here. As a simul Tetris comes in, this is a 680k pace for Akatu, a 690k pace for Blue Scooty, and yeah, we'll call that a hey now. Omenvar, if you're watching, bump up the hey now counter by 1. Right, a Vit setup and obtained by Blue Scooty. And still hanging close here, 418k to 395k, and just a friendly reminder for you all as we are in game number 3. This is Division 1. Hit up the Matcherino. The prize pool is growing here, and that is the prize pool that players, much like the two you are seeing here, could get if they make the playoffs. There are still plenty of coupon codes left. Maximum contribution for minimal effort, that is. There are 23 coupon codes remaining that you can claim. You just have to click, and that money gets put into the Matcherino prize pool, or you could make a direct contribution. Both are welcome, and both are acceptable. Right now, Scooty with a that's a Z Spire hanging really high up on the left side. Now, it's not anything that should prove to be problematic for Scooty. It's kind of like one of those obstacles in a mini golf course that's not anywhere in the way of where you're trying to putt, but it's just sitting there daring you to mess up, but Scooty is unfazed by it as he gets a dirty Tetris and will get that right well open. Meanwhile, Akatu will get a Tetris, so we're only separated by a few thousand points here, 539k to 543k. Scooty on top in game number 3, has the Vits set up. Right in the middle of a drought, he sets up the Vits, but he is going to get it, and then throws down a Tetris, and Akatu will do the same. Players have 3 more. Well, Akatu has 3 more. Scooty has 2 more at this point. So we're looking at solidly 600k transitions for both here. And then some, the way things are looking. Down to their last Tetris. Will they get it, or will the players have to burn into level 19? Well, Scooty does go in at 637,000. Akatu in at 633k. And Maisie chiming in. Bro knows it's incorrect, and he still does the Vits because he has too much aura. And I can't dispute any of what you just said, Maisie. But board getting high, drought survived into level 2663 for Akatu, who's got to burn and get the left side opened up again. 737 for Scooty, but a Tetris brings him up to 764k. All right, now that left side is opened up, Akatu's got the well open, waiting for the long bar. Let's see if it shows up in time for him. There it is. Tetris for Akatu, 699k. Hey now, 818k for Scooty, now into level 22. This lead is about 3 Tetrises for Blue Scooty in game number 3. And coming up on number 23, we'll give you a sneak peek at what we think the players might be at on kill screen. It's about a 1.24 million pace for Scooty. But meanwhile, Akatu not to be outdone. This is about a 1.12 million pace for Akatu. But the way these players are playing, who knows how high these numbers could go up. This is a very good seed for them so far. Both players 800k plus in level 24. Satoru, welcome to the chat. Commentating on the mental fortitude that Tetris players in general have. And you know, you're not wrong. You definitely got to have the ability to lock in, especially at the faster speeds, because you don't get a break. And Akatu surviving a little high up burn gets a Tetris. Meanwhile, Scooty with a max out on level 26. So a 1.08 for Scooty, 938k for Akatu. Maisie saying Scooty could get a 1.29 with a burn. And there is that burn. So let's see what Scooty can do into kill screen here. Has the 1.1 already. Akatu is a Tetris away from the max out. Just needs the long bar to make it happen. And there it is. Max out for Akatu. 1.01 to 1.151. It's just about a 4 Tetris edge for Scooty here as we near the kill screen. All right, and Maisie are coming in with our kill screen calculation stat pack. It's going to be a 1.22 into level 29. And Akatu goes in with a 1.1 million, so very solid scores from both players. Scooty hanging on to this lead of about 3 Tetrises. Uh-oh, and a little bit of a hang of the T-piece there for Scooty. He'll get a Tetris to bring the board down and should be out of this with a couple more burns. Akatu hanging a couple of pieces, and he's kind of in a similar spot to Scooty here. Just has to get the board brought down, take care of the gaps, then get back to going for Tetrises. As Scooty now up by just over 4 Tetrises, 1.18 to 1.35 million. All right, and both players looking pretty good. Almost Tetris ready, but not quite. But Akatu doing his best to close this gap. Was around 4 Tetris, now at 3. Scooty's board is getting a little higher up than he'd like, but he is taking it burn by burn. It does get that Tetris. Goes up to 1.4 million on level 35. 1.42 for Scooty. 1.24 for Akatu. And another Tetris for Scooty. Could he get back-to-back rollovers? He's got about 30 lines to try and get up to a 1.6 million here before the double kill screen. But he does have the 1.5. Akatu at a 1.269. Hey, now into level 36. And trying to get this board straightened out. Just burning piece by piece, hangs a T-piece. It's going to be tough for him to make this work. Can Akatu get this board brought down? I don't think so with the hang of that J-piece. Akatu will top out at 1.292 million. Scooty is going to take it in a sweep. Trying to get the long bar over. Cannot. And ends up getting a 1.581 million. And that is going to do it for this one. And congratulations, Scooty. A WinRAR is you. Here comes the misoriented camera for Scooty as he takes it 3-0. So if you want to take a look at Scooty, just tilt your head 90 degrees to the right. There he is on the screen. Congratulations.
All right, both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get this counted down for game number 1 between Alex T and Hydron Dude in Division 1B. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Introducing players on the left. A man I like to call Alex Flexley. He is a roller out of the United States. He is the CTWC 2-time world champion. He is a 3-time and current CTL champion. And he has a PB of 27,488,000. Welcome in, Alex T. And on the right, also a roller out of the United States with a PB of 2,364,000. He is the first player to ever roll over the game and did it in competition under an alias. Welcome in, Hydron Dude. Someone said that Alex was too busy being locked in to get the game set up. I don't think you were wrong. Look at this start. No burns. Through 28 lines. Another Tetris. Now we're getting a bit of a drought, so Champ knows what to do. That's a burn. It's a bar down the right side for a Tetris. He's got the lead, 207 to 171. Certainly not a bad start from Hydron Dude, just Alex being more efficient. Ooh, a bit of a misdrop there for Hydron. So he immediately is going to go into cleanup mode. He would really like a bar, but this is a drought. 29 pieces before the bar shows. Not the greatest set of pieces for Hydron here. Gonna have to go flat there. Surprised he didn't do it with the S. So still a bit of trouble here for Hydron. Early trails by 114,000. That is 5 Tetrises here on level 18. Gets the bar down the right side. Only for a triple. But now is going to be able to start cleaning this up. Probably going to play one. No, he's not even going to play one row up. He's going to clean this all the way up. Alex on a 20-piece drought here is going to burn some lines away. Look at that right side double well, ready to take the burns if he needs to. It's a Tetris. Red numbers showing up again. This time they get to 20. Alex kind of adjusted out of an L-tuck there. Oh, interesting play there for Hydron. You can see shaking his head. Probably not what he meant. But this is a ridiculous lead for Alex right now. We are still on level 18. He is pushing a 300,000 point lead. 12 Tetrises ahead. As this has been a struggle second half for Hydron after that misdrop. And there we go, 618 into level 19. It is a 300,000 real-time lead. And he's just adding to it. Like, this is a relentless game for Alex. I mean, we're in transition, and Alex has more than double Hydron's score. Not anymore, but he did for a moment. That is how dominant this game is for Alex. Oh, he misses a tap left there. But we'll get a bar over for the Tetris. Yeah, these are the type of games that you do not want to throw if you are Alex T. You want to show the world what you're capable of. And Alex is capable of cleaning this up. There we go. 742 for Alex, 382 for Hydron. He's restored the double the score. Incredible. And Hydron in a lot of trouble here. Getting out of this, though. $440,000 point lead for Alex T. Live tap goes over. And Hydron will be getting this cleaned up. 500,000 lead for Alex. Tetris for Hydron, finally getting the board down. At least get the lead under 500,000 for the moment, but Alex not keen to let that stick around. Back to 514 ahead. Bang, Tetris for Alex into the max out. And Alex has now extended his lead to over 600,000. Props for Hydron for staying in it. Alex is not giving any space to breathe. This has been one-sided the whole way. Level 19, 1,157,000 for Alex. This lead may already be too much to overcome to a 39 kill screen. We'll see. Here we go, level 19, 576. Alex is actually in trouble. Some nice flat burns, though. He's going to be done at 1,174,000. So, Hydron, you have a chase down. You need B 75. Alex is like, good luck. Doodle says easy chase. Yeah, absolutely. I can do this in my sleep. So still 481,000 points needed. I think it's safe to say that we're not in lineout territory. Oh no! Bunch of dead drops right down the center, and Alex is going to take game number 1 in a game where he had the highest lead I have ever seen out of any player in Classic Tetris. Like, that was... We'll start in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So I am actually going to spin this into something positive, because these two players have played 6 times prior. And you may think that after that last game that all 6 of them have gone to Alex. No. He's only won 5. And in fact, the only place that Hydron dude has ever beaten him was in Classic Tetris League, Division 1. As we have a massive drought here to start the game. It's, oh my god. What is with the droughts today? 39-piece drought. Both players will survive. Alex will get the Tetris. Hydron just happy to be cleaned up. Oh, man. Okay. Finally gets the bar over for the Tetris. But yeah, that win was 3-1 over Alex T, but that was back in March of 2022, so it's been a while. He does own a win over Alex. Maybe this is why you re-roll. I mean, people re-roll because Super Sisters, essentially. Another Tetris for Alex. We'll get another one there. He's got 169, hey now, 150 for Hydron. I remember last game, Hydron didn't have a bad first half of 18. Like, that was... That wasn't the problem. The problem came when he misdropped a square, and then it just fell apart after that. Another drought coming in. Alex certainly in prime position to weather this drought. Both players going to score back-to-back Tetrises with those 2 bars over 3 pieces. And it's just a less than a Tetris lead for Alex this time around. Looking for a bar here. We'll find it. We'll bang down a Tetris. Oh, 380-point lead for Alex. A very close game. Tetris for Alex again. 380 points is the difference. Hydron setting up a potential double tuck here, but no, just gonna resolve it a different way. Bangs down a Tetris. That was some very nice stacking there out of Hydron, dude. Was on pace to transition to 19 with a score higher than game number 1. Not that game number 1 transition, but it's a 29 transition. This is actually a very strong game for both players. Could be seeing 2 600k transitions if they keep this up. Another Tetris, simul Tetris, in fact. Yeah, that is definitely on the cards for Hydron. Here's another Tetris. Would really like a J here. He's not going to get one. You can kind of see the thought process there. It's like, I can still resolve this if I make it fits with a J. But didn't get a J. Alex working on a 25-piece drought, and he's pretty high up on the board. We'll get that double. Needs something left, but gets a bar first, and we'll bang it down for a Tetris. Hydron, meanwhile, in a much better position to weather this. And he'll get the bar. He'll get a 1-row up Tetris. Alex is in transition at 556. And that double will guarantee that Hydron will have at least that. Or it might just be a 556, though. Yeah, 556 for Hydron. He bangs down a Tetris. Alex had a little trouble getting going at the start of level 19 there. So Hydron will take the lead, 632 to 618. As Alex is now focused on his stack, burning it down. Good adjustment for the J. And wouldn't you know it, it's another drought. My God, that is a giant drought. $39-piece drought, although I'm not sure that Hydron felt it because he was digging the entire time. Alex will score a Tetris. He's in the lead, 692 to 649. Oh, no! Misdrop for Hydron. Missed that 5-tap. Looks like he missed another piece there, too. Does get a bar down. Just gonna solve it with a roof burn. Alex with a misdrop. He's gonna get it cleaned up quickly. And he's gonna go left well. Hydron still in dig mode. Alex can't find a bar. Where is this bar? There is no bar. Finally, it shows up after 25. Good God. Nope. Yeah, he's shaking his head no. He knows that's not a line spin. Need a little more room for it. Gonna finally get this board back. Oh, hold on, he's gonna go for a center well first. Nope, no center well. What's the plan here, though? There we go. So, both players are clean. It is a 239,000 point lead for Alex. Certainly not as crushing as game 1, but still up there. He's got the max out, 1,000,009. Tetris for Hydron. Really would love the L here. It's not coming. Misses a spin as well. Ooh, misses a bar there.